Contact in the WNBA is not just a problem, it's becoming a threat to the good of the league.
Rumor out of WNBA locker room says an internal memo has been circulating, making it clear that this kind of behavior isn't accepted, and even worse, it highlighted the reported harsh punishment Isabelle Harrison received after fouling Angel Reese. Y'all, it's gotten so bad that insiders claim her career could be over soon.
Play on. Whoa, whoa, a lot of contact underneath and a very unhappy Angel Reese, as this has been brewing since the first quarter.
And right there, that is a absolutely unnecessary foul from him.
4 seconds. That is all the warning anybody in that building got before one of the ugliest moments of the entire WNBA season exploded in front of a packed crowd in Toronto. Angel Reese had the ball in the paint, doing the exact thing she does in her sleep, backing her defender down and hunting another rebound, when the woman behind her wrapped both arms around her shoulders and dragged her straight down to the hardwood like this was a Sunday football game and not professional basketball.
On Reese. And credit Reese and her teammates, because that's the angle you got to get the rock into her. She does a good job of sealing.
And here's the part that should make your jaw hit the floor, right alongside Angel, because the woman who did it was not some random rival, and she was not some bench player swinging wildly to make a name for herself. That was Isabelle Harrison. The same Isabelle Harrison who, just 2 years ago, was protecting Angel Reese, mentoring her, and publicly defending her name back when half the league was lining up to tear the rookie apart. So how exactly do you go from shielding someone to body slamming them on national television? Stay with me, because the real answer reaches back way further than this one game, and the second you understand it, this entire moment is going to look completely different to you. Now let's set the scene properly, because the chaos did not come out of nowhere. This was June 14th, a Commissioner's Cup matchup, Atlanta Dream against the brand new Toronto Tempo at the Coca-Cola Coliseum, and the tension between these two women had been simmering the entire night. They had been jawing at each other through the first half, bumping and shoving for position every time the ball came near the paint. The kind of back and forth where you can feel something building even through the broadcast. So by the time the third quarter rolled around, this was already a powder keg, and everybody watching could sense it. Then it happened. A little over 6 minutes left in the third, Atlanta sitting on a comfortable lead, and Reese plants herself deep in the paint and calls for the entry pass. She catches it, she goes to make her move, and that is the exact instant Harrison hooks both arms over her shoulders from behind and yanks her down to the court. The whistle screams, both benches empty in a heartbeat. Teammates come flooding in to rip the two of them apart before this turns into something even worse, and for a few seconds that whole arena is holding its breath, wondering if a full-blown brawl is about to break out. The refs huddle up, they review it, and what started as a routine common foul gets upgraded right there on the spot to a flagrant 2, which in the WNBA means the contact was ruled, in the league's own words, unnecessary and excessive. And a flagrant 2 carries one automatic punishment that cannot be argued with: ejection. Harrison was done for the night, but the story takes its first real twist because of how she left. While Angel Reese is on the bench fighting back tears, and we will get to that in a second because it matters more than you think, Isabelle Harrison is walking off the floor doing the complete opposite. No regret, no head down shame walk. She is waving her arms in the air, hyping up the Toronto crowd, with a wide grin stretched across her face like she had just hit a game winner instead of getting tossed for tackling a former teammate. So you tell me what that body language is supposed to communicate, because that is not the energy of somebody who made an honest basketball mistake. That is the energy of somebody who got exactly what she wanted. Now, to understand why this hit Angel so hard, you have to go back to 2024, because this is the part the casual fans completely missed. As you guys probably know, Reese came into the league as the most talked about rookie in the WNBA, and the franchise she landed on was the Chicago Sky. What you might not know is who was already sitting in that locker room waiting for her: Isabelle Harrison, a grizzled veteran drafted all the way back in 2015, who did not treat the loud new rookie like a threat at all. She mentored her, had her back. When the noise around Reese and fellow rookie Camila Cardoso got loud and ugly, Harrison was one of the veterans publicly standing up for them. These two were not enemies, they were close. So now picture watching the person who used to defend you in front of the whole world wrap you up and throw you to the ground on live television. That is why the cameras caught Angel Reese, a woman who has been elbowed, booed, and bodied in every arena in this league without ever flinching, sitting sitting on that bench, struggling to hold herself together. She has taken hard fouls from Brittany Griner. She is tangled with Caitlin Clark in front of millions. None of it cracked her. This one did. And that alone should tell you everything about what Isabelle Harrison used to mean to her.
You personally, you're 2 points shy of tying your...
But why would a mentor flip on the rookie she once protected? Hold that thought, because here is the buried piece of this whole puzzle that almost nobody is talking about, and it is the part that makes this feel a lot less like a basketball play and a lot more like something personal. Rewind one more step. Harrison signed with the Chicago Sky back in 2023, and then she missed that entire season with a knee injury, so she comes back in 2024 fully expecting to reclaim her spot, expecting to start, expecting to be the veteran anchor at her position.
Says Isabelle Harrison helped off the court after she turned her ankle. And let's take a look at how it happened, LaChana.
Yeah, she just landed awkwardly. Right here, you see that right foot. It just, you hate to see that. She was in a lot of pain.
And what does Chicago do? They draft Angel Reese with the number 7 overall pick, a rookie playing the exact same position Harrison plays. So the player who walked in and took her job, the rookie she then turned around and mentored anyway, is the same woman she just dragged to the floor 2 years later. Now, you can absolutely call that a coincidence. Plenty of people will, but knowing all of that, I am not entirely sure I believe it was. And I think you are starting to wonder the same thing. And what makes this even more twisted, Harrison did not just throw away her temper that night. She threw away the best game she had played all season. Before that ejection, she was not just playing well, she was the best player on the floor, dropping 17 points on 6 of 11 shooting with a couple of blocks in only 19 minutes.
This was an incredible game and a really big one for Isabelle Harrison, who came back for her debut after being injured in training camp earlier this season. She had a big game, 14 points, and just her size and presence was really felt on the floor.
She was leading her entire team. This is a 12-year veteran who signed with Toronto to be a cornerstone of their very first season, who missed the start of the year with a thumb injury, who had finally clawed her way back onto the court, and she lit all of that progress on fire in a single play. That is not just reckless, that is almost tragic.
Now already up to those 10 points, double digits early, as we see Conde and Harrison lining up the triple. Harrison's first points!
And Angel got right back up off that floor and went to work. She finished with 15 points and 17 rebounds, including a career-high 11 offensive rebounds, which left her one single board shy of a WNBA single-game record. Her teammate Alicia Gray, who poured in 26 of her own, put it perfectly afterwards, saying, "Angel's a beast on the boards." Atlanta cruised to a 102-77 blowout. The woman who got tackled walked away with one of the best stat lines of her career, and the woman who tackled her walked away with an ejection. Let that sink in. So now you have probably seen people all over social media screaming that Harrison's career is finished, that some secret punishment is coming down from the league office. So let's actually look at what the WNBA did, because the truth is both calmer and more dangerous than the rumors. The official penalty was a $1,000 fine, the standard $500 per flagrant point. That is it. Her career is not over, not even close. But, and this is the part that genuinely matters, that flagrant 2 now puts Harrison just 2 flagrant points away from an automatic 1-game suspension. One more wrong move, one more lost moment, and she is actually sitting out. So she is not finished, she is on the thinnest ice of her career, and the fans completely split down the middle. One half is demanding a suspension and calling it one of the dirtiest plays of the year. The other half is genuinely arguing it should not have even been a flagrant, insisting she went for the ball and got robbed.
I feel like the officials got that wrong, honestly. Like, Izzy should have never got ejected from the game.
Agreed.
But honestly, I mean, like after that flagrant foul, I mean, it was like that was pretty much like a game changer.
Even the coaches landed on opposite sides. Toronto's Sandy Brondello called the ejection unfortunate, pointing out Harrison was playing so well and admitting that sometimes the emotions get the best of us. Atlanta's Carl Smesko went the other direction entirely, praising Angel for keeping her composure and crediting that exact poise for her monster second half. So here's where it all lands, and honestly, the timing could not be more perfect for the drama, because these two teams run it back on June 22nd. Same season, same bad blood, except now Harrison is one foul away from a suspension, and Angel Reese has every reason in the world to want the last word. Imagine being the referees trying to keep a lid on that one from the opening tip. So I will leave you with this. Was that takedown really about basketball? Or was it a grudge 2 full years in the making finally boiling over? Did Harrison cross a line that deserves more than a fine? Or did the league overreact to a hard foul? And when these two step back on the floor on the 22nd, who walks away with the last word? Drop it in the comments, because I am reading every single one.